Let's see some solved example on phasor algebra with complex notations. So in the first question, in ARL series circuit, the resistance is 35 ohms and the inductance is 0.1 Henry. So find the current through the circuit, power factor and power if a 50 Hz frequency and the voltage V is equal to 220 angle 30 degree volts is applied across the circuit. So let's see the solution. Here the resistance is given as 35 ohms and the inductance is 0.1 Henry. So first of all, find the inductive reactance, that is XL. It is 2 pi FL, so it will be 2 pi into 50 into L, that is 0.1. So the value will be 31.42 ohms. Now according to the complex notations, we can write the impedance of the circuit is R plus JXL, that is 35 plus J 31.42. So this is the complex notation of the impedance of the RL series circuit. Now if we convert the impedance from rectangular to the polar format using calculator, so we'll get the magnitude of the impedance as 47.03 and the angle will be 41.9 degree ohms. We have already seen in previous lecture how to convert from rectangular to polar or polar to rectangular using calculator. The voltage given is 220 angle 30 degree volts. So the current can be written as V upon Z. So it will be 220 angle 30 degree upon 47.03 angle 41.9 degree. So after division the value will be 4.678. This is the magnitude of the current, that is the RMS value, and the angle will be 30 minus 41.9, so it will be minus 11.9 degree. So this is the current in polar format. Now here we can see that the voltage is 220 angle 30 degree and the current is 4.678 angle minus 11.9 degree. So let's draw the phasor diagram of the voltage and current. Here the voltage is 220 angle plus 30 degree. So the voltage will be in the first quadrant. It will make 30 degree with the reference line. And the current is 4.678 angle minus 11.9 degree. So the current will be in the fourth quadrant and this angle will be 11.9 degree. So from this phasor diagram we can see that the angle between voltage and current, let's say phi, will be 30 plus 11.9 degree. So it will be 41.9 degree. That is the phase angle. And we know that the power factor is cosine of the angle between voltage and current, that is cos 41.9 degree. Hence the power factor will be 0.7443 lagging. because in the phasor diagram we can see that the current is lagging the voltage because it is a resistive inductive circuit. That's why the power factor will be lagging in nature. Now the last part, that is the power in the circuit. As we know that the P can be written as VI cos phi. So if we want to use VI cos phi formula, so for voltage we have to use 220 because this is the RMS value of the voltage. V into I, this is the RMS value of the current, and this is the power factor. So it will be 220 into 4.678 into 0.7443 VI cos phi. Or we can write I square R formula. It can be also written as I square R, where I means the RMS value of the current, only the magnitude. So it will be 4.678 whole square into the resistance. And in the question the resistance value is 35. And after solving we'll get the power as 765.93 watts. Here is the second example. A coil of resistance 8 ohms and inductance 0.1 Henry is connected in series with a condenser of 160 microfarad. Condenser means capacitor. Across 230 volt 50 Hz supply. So calculate the impedance of the circuit, current, power and power factor. Here power means the active power or the true power, that is P is equal to VI cos phi or I square R. So let's see the solution. As the resistance is given here 8 and the inductance is 0.1 Henry. So first of all we will calculate the inductive reactance, that is XL, 2 pi FL. So it will be 2 pi into F, that is a 50 Hz frequency is given, and the L is 0.1. So the value will be 31.42 ohms. Now find the capacitive reactance XC. Here the capacitance is 160 microfarad. So capacitive reactance will be 1 upon 2 pi FC. So it will be 1 upon 2 pi into 50 into 160 into 10 to the power minus 6, because you have to convert the microfarad to the farad. And after solving, the value of the capacitive reactance will be 19.89 ohms. So here you can see that the inductive reactance is 31.42 ohms and the capacitive reactance is 19.89 ohms. Here the question is the example of RLC series circuit, but here the inductive reactance is more than the capacitive reactance. So ultimately the nature of the circuit will be resistive inductive. That means the net current will be lagging the voltage and the power factor will also be the lagging. So now we can write the impedance Z is equal to R plus J XL minus XC. So the R is 8, J is 31.42 and XC is 19.89. So finally it will be 8 plus J 11.53 ohms. That is the total impedance of the circuit. You can see that by using complex notation we can easily find the net reactance, that is XL minus XC. We can simply subtract the lower value from the higher value. Now convert this impedance to the polar format. So if we convert this value, the polar format will be 14.033 and the angle will be 55.25 degree. So this is the impedance in polar form. Here the supply voltage is 230 volt 50 Hz. As it is given only the RMS value, so we can take this supply voltage as the reference. That means the supply voltage can be written as 230 plus J0, or it can be written as 230 angle 0 degree volts. So the current is voltage upon impedance 230 angle 0 degree upon the impedance is 14.033 angle 55.25 degree. So the current will be 16.389 and the angle will be minus 55.25 degree. We know how to divide, we know how the angle are calculated, how the magnitudes are calculated, that we have already discussed in previous lectures. So the power factor will be, as we can see that the voltage is 230 angle 0 degree. So in the phasor diagram, the voltage will be in the reference line and the current is RMS value of the current, and this is the phase angle minus 55.25 degree. So the current will lag the voltage by the angle of 55.25 degree. So the angle between voltage and current is 55.25 degree and the power factor is cos phi, that is cos 55.25 degree. So the power factor will be 0.57 lagging. As we have already seen that the inductive reactance is more than the capacitive reactance. The overall nature of the circuit will be resistive inductive. In the phasor diagram also you can see that the current is lagging the voltage. So that's why the power factor will be lagging in nature. And the active power P, it can be written as VI cos phi. We can use this formula also. The RMS value of the voltage is 230. The RMS value of the current is 16.389. We will take only the RMS value of the current in formula VI cos phi into power factor cos phi, that is 0.57. So finally the power will be 2148.8 watt. So this is a solution. Now see the third question. Two impedances Z1 is equal to 5 plus J10 ohms and Z2 is equal to 10 minus J15 ohms are connected in parallel. If total current is 20 ampere, then find the current in each branch, power consumed in each branch, and power factor of the whole circuit. It is a very interesting question. It is an example of parallel circuit. So here are two impedances, Z1 that is 5 plus J10. So it is a resistive inductive circuit. So first try to draw the circuit. So the first branch is a combination of resistance and inductance, and the second branch is 10 minus J15. So it will be resistive capacitive branch. So R and C is connected across the supply. Supply voltage is not given, but the total current is given here, and the total current is 20 ampere. In the first branch, the resistance is 5 and the inductive reactance is 10. And in the second branch, the resistance is 10 and the capacitive reactance is minus J15 ohms. So you have to find the current in individual branch, we have to find the power and power factor of the whole circuit. So here we can see that the total current is 20 ampere and this current is divided into two branches, two parallel paths. It can be considered as I1 and I2. So the current here can be considered as 20 plus J0, or it can be written as 20 angle 0 degree, because here only the RMS value of the current is given in the question. So you can consider it as a reference value where the complex part of the current is 0. So it will be 20 angle 0 degree. Now this current is divided into two parallel paths. So here we can use the current division rule to find the current in individual branch. The current division rule we have already seen in the first module, where the value of I1, that is the current in the first branch, it will be the total current, that is I, into the impedance of the opposite branch, that is Z2, upon the sum of two impedance, that is Z1 plus Z2. Here the Z1 is 5 plus J10, and if we convert it to the polar form, it will be 11.18 angle 63.43 degree, and the Z2 is 10 minus J15 and its polar form is 18.03 angle minus 56.31 degree. Here you have to find the Z1 plus Z2 also. So let's calculate Z1 plus Z2. So when we add two values, their real part will be added separately and their complex part will be added separately. So Z1 plus Z2 means 5 plus 10, that is 15, plus J10 minus J15, so it will be minus J5. And we also convert it to the polar format, so it will be 15.81 and the angle will be minus 18.44 degree. So now come to the solution, that is the value of the current I1. It is I into Z2. So I1 is I, that is 20 angle 0 degree, into Z2. Z2 should be in polar form. So it will be 18.03 angle minus 56.31 upon Z1 plus Z2. So Z1 plus Z2 in polar form is 15.81 angle minus 18.44 degree. So after solving the value of I1, finally we will get the value as 22.804 and the angle will be minus 37.88 degree. So that is the current in the first branch, and it is a polar form of the current, where 22.804 is the RMS value of the current. Similarly, the I2 can be calculated as the total current. We are using the current division rule, so it will be the total current into impedance of the opposite branch upon sum of two impedance. Remember, in first module we have considered the resistance only because there was no reactance. But here two resistances are not in parallel. Here 5 and 10 are not in parallel, but the entire impedance 1 is in parallel with impedance 2. That's why here we have to use Z1 and Z2, not the R1 and R2. So the current here is 20 angle 0 degree. The value of Z1 in polar form is 11.18 angle 63.43. 11.18 angle 63.43 degree upon Z1 plus Z2. So it will be again in polar format. So it will be 15.81 angle minus 18.44 degree. So after solving the current, I2 will be 14.142 and the angle will be 81.87 degree. So this is the current in the second branch, that is the value of I2. Next is the power. Power in first branch P1, it should be I1 square into R1. So here we will consider the magnitude of the I1, that is 22.804. So it will be 22.804 square into the resistance of the first branch, that is 5. So after calculation we will get the power in the first branch, that will be 2600 watt, or it can be written as 2.6 kilowatt. Similarly, the power in the second branch is I2 square R2. The magnitude of the current is 14.142. This is the RMS value. So 14.142 whole square into the resistance of the second branch, that is 10. In I square R formula, we are considering only the resistance, not the entire impedance. So after solving, this value will be 2000 watt, or we can write 2 kilowatt. So this is the current in first branch. This is the current in second branch. Here it is the power consumed in the first branch, and here it is the power consumed in the second branch. Next is the power factor. For power factor calculations, here we will calculate the total impedance of the circuit. As we have seen that the two impedances are connected in parallel, that is 5 plus J10 is in parallel with 10 minus J15. So you can calculate the equivalent impedance of the whole circuit. That means Z1 will be Z1 into Z2 upon Z1 plus Z2. So Z1, the value of the Z1 is 11.18 angle 63.43 degree, and the Z2 is 18.03 angle minus 56.31 upon Z1 plus Z2, and Z1 plus Z2 in polar format is 15.81 and the angle is minus 18.44 degree. That we have already calculated, we have seen in the previous part. So after solving this value, we will get the equivalent impedance of the circuit will be 12.748 and the angle will be 25.56 degree. And in case of impedance, the angle indicates the phase angle. Here the angle of the impedance is nothing but the phase angle. So the value of phi is 25.56 degree. Hence the power factor of the whole circuit is cos phi, that is cos 25.56 degree, and it will be 0.9 lagging. Because in the equivalent impedance the angle is positive, so the positive angle means the overall nature of the impedance will be resistive inductive, and for resistive inductive circuit the power factor will be the lagging in nature. So this is a complete solution. So the fourth example, here in the given circuit two branches are connected in parallel. The impedance of the first branch is 8 plus j6 ohms, it is a resistive inductive, and the impedance of the second branch is 6 minus j8 ohms, it is a resistive capacitive circuit. The supply voltage is given as 100 volt 50 hertz. So you have to find the branch currents, we have to find the total current, power factor of the whole circuit, then active and reactive power of the circuit. So let's see the solution. The Z1 is 8 plus J6. So its polar format will be 10 angle 36.87 degree. The impedance of the second branch is 6 minus J8 and its polar form will be 10 angle minus 53.13 degree. As these two branches are connected in parallel across a supply voltage of 100 volt, so the supply voltage can be considered as 100 angle 0 degree. So the current in first branch I1 can be written as V upon Z1, and current in second branch I2 can be written as V upon Z2. So the value of I1 is 100 angle 0 degree, this is the value of the voltage, upon the Z1, that is 10 angle 36.87 degree. So it will be 10 angle minus 36.87 degree. So this is the current in the first branch. Similarly, the current in the second branch I2, it will be V, that is 100 angle 0 degree, upon Z2, that is 10 angle minus 53.13 degree. So the value will be 10 angle plus 53.13 degree. So this is the current in the second branch. Here it is I1 and here it is I2. Now in the question we have to find the total current also. So as from the circuit we can see that the total current I will be the sum of I1 and I2. Therefore we can write I is equal to I1 plus I2. So it is 10 angle minus 36.87 degree, the I1 value in polar format, plus the I2, that is 10 angle 53.13 degree. But remember one thing, we cannot add two phasor quantity in its polar form. So first of all you have to convert it into the rectangular format. So the value of I1 will be 8 minus J6. If we convert it to the rectangular format, we will get 8 minus J6. And similarly, the value of I2 in rectangular format will be 6 plus J8. Now we will add these two parameters, real part to real part and complex part to complex part. So it will be 8 plus 6, 14, minus J6 plus J8, that is plus J2. And now convert it again to the polar format. So it will be 14.14 angle 8.13 degree. So this is the total current of the circuit. Now from there we can draw its phasor diagram, that is the relation between voltage and current. So in the phasor diagram, the voltage we have considered is 100 angle 0 degree. So the voltage will be in the reference line, that is V, and the net current is 14.14 angle 8.13 degree. So the current will be in the first quadrant, and this angle phi will be 8.13 degree. So here phi means angle between voltage and current, it is 8.13 degree. Therefore the power factor cos phi is equal to cos 8.13 degree, and it will be, so the power factor will be 0.9899 leading. You can see here the current is leading the voltage by the angle of phi, that is 8.13 degree. That means the overall nature of the circuit will be resistive capacitive. That's why the power factor here will be considered as the leading power factor. Now the active and reactive power. We know that the formula of the active power is VI cos phi. Here the RMS value of the voltage is 100. RMS value of the total current is 14.14. This is 14.14 into cosine of the angle between voltage and current, that is 8.13 degree. So after solving, we will get the active power is 1400 watt. Similarly, the reactive power is VI sin phi. RMS value of the voltage is 100. The current is 14.14 and sine of phi, that is 8.13 degree. So after solving, the reactive power will be 200 watt. So this is the complete solution. Thank you.